Hello and welcome to lesson 1 on After Effects. Today we will be animating some text moving. First, as you can see, we're inside Moodle, so please go to Moodle. There is an After Effects project template you can download. It's important that you do this because inside our folder structure is the most important thing inside After Effects. The little purple file that you see here, this doesn't contain any information other than text. So we have to be able to make sure that anything we click inside here is linked directly towards the information we're using. So I've given you a default setting. You can copy this, use this, do what you need to do with it. Right now I could rename this and then go straight into my project. Because I've already got this here, I'm going to probably create a copy of this and I'm going to call this Moving Name. Okay. Once that's done, double click on it and by default it should open up inside After Effects. Now we're going to, as you can see on the left, I've got a load of pre-made folders. It's important to make sure you name your workspace and organize it as you go along. Toolbars up top, project window right here, like I said, where we're containing our work. Timeline, this is a composition panel, and down the right hand side, these additional tools and presets that you can use. Obviously, toolbars and tools up top. If you hover over anything, it will give you the shortcut for the tool and it will tell you what it does as well. Adobe has been very good over the recent years to include lots of support materials, so underneath the help menu you will see some of the core stuff you're most likely to be using, and there's additional help files that can help you. So for now we're going to go to Layer, then New, and then Solid. But by default, if I right click inside the timeline, you can do this as well. By default, the background that you have inside After Effects is transparent. It's an alpha based layer. So we're going to rename this, and then if you double click inside this little box here and select a color, we can then select a color ready for our background. You can use images if you want for backgrounds. Generally today we're just starting off with a more solid color. Once it's in place, we can rename our stuff, but you can see I can turn and show and hide. At the moment this is what transparency looks like inside After Effects. So with the solid color in place, we now have a physical background to be working against. If I click the little downward arrows here, you can see that there's additional settings that we can play around with when we're ready for animating. And we'll come over to these in a second. But for now, go to the T for the text tool, and I want you to write your name. On the right hand side, you'll see a character box inside there. Once you've done your type, you should be able to highlight it, change the size of it, you can change the typography of it, the spacing, the kerning, and additional, also the alignment options inside here as you go through. So I'm just going to highlight my type here. As you can see here, if I wanted to play around with some of the additional settings, so the spacing, if it was too close, if we imported a type, we might want to play around with some of these settings just to make sure that the alignment and everything else is where it needs to be. Tend to eyeball a lot of that. So with this in place, we're going to go back to the selection tool. It's important to make sure you go to the selection tool, because at the moment you can see here my anchor point, this is my point of rotation and movement, is currently set to the bottom left hand corner of the text. So if I was to scale this, rotate this, it's all happening from this point. We can change this by going to the pan behind tool, or just press Y on the keyboard, turn the snapping options on, and we're going to snap this to the center of our type. So for now, anything that we're moving or we're scaling will take place from this central position. It's important to tap V on the keyboard or go back to the selection tool when you're done, so you don't move this anchor point. It will increase an enlarged area of spacing that we're working with. So with my text in place, I'm just going to wheel this off to the left hand side of my composition panel. As you can see, if I click on the stop clock, we can enable a keyframe ready for positioning. When I click and drag, if I hold down the shift key or click once and then hold down the shift key, I will then move this in a straight line. Those numbers that you see in blue, that's just basically saying the first one on the left is changing the x-axis and the one on the right is the y-axis. So one's the horizontal left to right and the other one is the up and down, the top to bottom. Okay, now I'm going to take the playhead, I'm going to pull this forward 5 seconds. We can put 5 seconds in on the time code on the top left hand side of the timeline, and now I'm going to move this again. So again, as you can see, I click first and then hold down shift and I get animation path. This little blue bar here, this will scale and they'll be able to zoom in and out the timeline. The bottom one, this is a workplace slider, so it's important that we just focus on areas of animation, because when After Effects interpolates the frames, it uses up a lot of the RAM memory. So we can cache this on the playback if we needed to, re-render this video if we need to import it. But if I tap the spacebar and play this back for now, we will get moving time. Okay, and you'll notice we're only looping through the part of the animation that we actually physically want to focus on. We're going to go to File, Save, and then that will be your first animation.